Hi everyone, my name is Edwina with Elegant Creations, and I'm here to do a tutorial on my gift bags. Okay, and I wanted to, there was a few people that wanted to know how to do them exactly. So I am going to do it with my scoreboard, and I'm going to do the small one first. And I made a mistake yesterday. I put 1 and 5/8, but it's 3 and 5/8 for this little piece right here. Okay, that the flap that goes over this little flap right here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I went ahead and I redid this one I had done. I ran out of 6x6 paper, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my measurements here. So I make sure that the pattern is up, and I usually do it on the white because if you have a pattern paper it's hard to see. So you score at 3.5 and then at 5.5. And this little piece right here is going to be your flap, and you're going to have them on both. And then you're going to turn it, and you're going to do 1.5. Okay, and you're going to do the same thing with this one. You're going to make sure that your pattern is on top, and you're going to do 3.5, 5.5, and then you're going to turn it. This is your bottom, so make sure that your pattern, and you're going to do 1.5. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do one at a time. And I'm going to go ahead, and you don't cut these yet. You can, and then kind of angle them, but I'm going to show you a little trick. I did that before. So I just cut this one because this is your flap, and you don't want this little piece here. So you're going to cut this off. Okay. You're going to do that on both of them. Okay. Sorry, I had to turn my fan on. It's hot. Okay. So you're going to do your score lines. Okay. So you're going to flip these over, and I'm going to go ahead and use glue. Okay, get it going. Okay, so I'm going to put glue, or you can put tape. If you put tape, I don't go all the way to the line. I go just a little bit above that because I don't want to have to mess with cleaning up the tape. So you line up your bottom. It should be even because you don't have to cut these. Okay, make sure that it's even there. Make sure to take off any glue that you have on. So I usually flip it over and make sure that it's even. Okay. Then I flip this in, and you can miter this little piece right here. You just kind of cut it at an angle so it doesn't hit the bottom. So there's no hitting on there. Okay, so just kind of bring this forward, and before I bring it down, I make sure that it's even here. Okay, just like that. Okay, kind of flatten that, and then what I do is cut it at an angle, and then I cut this side up to the score line, and then I flip it up again, flip it to the other side, and then I do this side. Okay, it just makes it easier, so I'm not doing so many cuts, because the other way you would have to, when you would have to cut it here, then angle, back and forth. I just found that it was a lot easier to do it that way. So then you just bring your two ends together, the bottom, and I put glue, and then I put glue on one of the flaps, flip this over, and you can put glue on this flap right here. Okay, and then make sure that it's straight. And if you want to, you can put a little bit of glue on these corners. I noticed that some of mine were kind of sticking up, so you can do that on both corners. Okay, so then you just get your hand or your little score score thing, score tool. I usually stick my hand in there. Okay, and then I just kind of flip it, make sure, fold it in, make sure that it's folded so you can get your little creases in. Okay, then you just open it up. Okay. And what I forgot to do is score my little white piece, my little flap. This little flap right here. Okay. So all you're going to do is you're going to cut this at, what did I say? 3 5/8 by 2. And then you're going to score it a half. So you're going to turn it on the 2 side and you're going to score it a half. That's it. Okay. Okay, so you're just going to, I angle this a little bit at the top. And then you can also angle this if you want, or you can do the rounded corners, whatever you like. Okay, so then I just put glue, and you put this on either side. Look which side you want to put it in. Put it on. Okay, let's see if I can do this right. I can't see my lines, so because the camera's in my way. Let's see if I get that right. Okay. And you can make any adjustments if it's too long for your bag. You can adjust it before you see. This one's a little long on this side. Make any adjustments on this side too. Okay, then there's your bag. And you just kind of flip that forward. And then I put Velcro. Okay. These two pieces together and you put your Velcro. Okay, and then at this point you will put your bow, decorate it any way that you want, and your little sign. That's not the one what I'm going to put, but I'll probably put a blue. Oh, here's a blue one. And I put this blue and maybe peace on earth. Peace on earth. And I thought that was cute. So all I do, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. All I do is put glue on the back of this. I'm gonna use my glue gun. And I'll just put glue here. Bring that down a little bit. And if you have bling, you can put that in the middle, and then I just put glue on this. This really doesn't serve a purpose unless you want to do one that says to and from, you can. I just like to put something so it doesn't look so plain. Okay, so just like that. Isn't it cute? Okay, so this is a small. And so we're going to do the 12 by 12. It's a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, but I cut it at 9.5 by 12. Okay, so you can do this one of two ways. You're gonna have 1 3/4 inch at the bottom, and you're gonna have 1 3/4 inch at the top, and it automatically will have a flap. You don't have to do that. You can go ahead and do the 9.5 and just be a taller bag. And the piece that you have left over after you cut it, you're going to have this piece left over. So this is where you can use it for the flap, because the way I do mine, the flap, when you bring it over, it's backwards. Like if you had a pattern, it's backwards. So you can just eliminate that and make it all, use up all your paper and use this little piece right here. Okay, to make the flap just like the 6 by 6, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just do it with the flap, both sides, just so you can see what it's like. And then, but you can do it any way that you want. And you won't have to score at the top, you'll just score at the bottom. Okay, and this one you have to make sure that this will be your bottom. Okay, so I'm going to turn this over. And this will be my medium, so let me find my medium. my papers. And I always keep all my little papers here with me. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to keep that right there if you can see it. So you're going to cut it 9.5 by 12. Okay, so you're going to put this on your scoreboard, and then there's going to be 3 3/4. Okay, and then you're going to do 5 3/4. This is your front, say your middle, and then your back, and so this is going to be 9.5, and then 11.5. And this is going to be your sides. I mean, this is your side, front and back. Okay, and then this is your little flap that you're going to connect. Okay, so then you're going to make sure. Okay, so it goes like this. And believe me, I have done it right a couple times, wrong a couple times. Okay, so 1 3/4. Okay, and that's all you're gonna need. Do it again because this paper's kind of different. Okay. So, oh, I was gonna do the flap. I'm sorry, I forgot to do the top part too. So you're gonna turn that over to the other side, and you're going to do the 1 3/4. I forgot I was gonna do that. Okay, so you're going to have a front and a back, a bottom, I'm sorry, top and a bottom. Okay, so you're going to fold that in. Make sure that you pay attention to the cut, okay, on the pattern. You're going to just do all your score lines. This one's the easy one. It only has one piece. And that's why I just did the flap, you know, because it was just all one piece and I didn't have to put anything together. Okay, so I've got to check my bottom again. Okay, so I'm going to cut this. This is your little flap. You don't need this piece. Okay, you're going to cut this off. Okay. And you can cut it at an angle. Okay, so here, you're going to keep this piece right here. This is going to be your flap. And this part you don't need. And that's why if you don't want to waste a lot of paper, you'll use your scrap and then you'll have this tall paper. Okay, so what I do, I'm going to go ahead and do it on the white side. Here's your line, and I cut it just a little bit below the line, just so it doesn't, when you do the flap, it doesn't hit. And it's easier to cut now than later if it's hitting. Okay. Okay. And then I just cut at an angle. Okay, I don't worry about these, and if you want to, you can cut them individually. It just takes more time, but it's easier the way that I do it because you get them cut all at the same time, and they're all pretty much even. Okay, so you put your glue, and then I'm going to flip this forward a little bit right there, and then flip this over. And if you did your score lines and everything, it should be even. I'll kind of just go like this. Okay. Make sure that it's straight here. Okay. Then you cut all your angles. Okay. Makes it so much easier. Okay, so then you just kind of put that together, and you can, I fold these in just before I do anything else, just because I like to, because this is the way I'm storing them. See, and there's nothing hidden in here. That's why I go a little bit lower. There's nothing hidden right there. Okay. You don't have to fold that in. Just wait till it's all put together and then fold it in, but I do because that's how I'm storing them for now until I get them all done. So, okay, so you put your glue. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue on these corners because I noticed they've been sticking out kind of, or, okay. So I'm going to put glue here. Shouldn't put glue there. Okay. And I'm going to put glue on this flap right here. Okay. forgot to, oops. See, this one I didn't cut all the way. And I angled it there, so it wasn't going. Oops, that way. Okay, and then you just flip forward and put your hand or put a big scissors, whatever you have, your bone folder, and make sure everything gets tied down. And then that's when you fold it. And then again, you put your Velcro. I think I ran out of Velcro. I didn't get another, but you get the hang of that. Okay. So you get your Velcro and you put that, and then you can put your bows and whatever little signs you want to put. Decorate them any way you want. If you want to decorate the front, you can. But this looks so cute with just like that. Okay, and then you put bling. Bling. Yeah, I do. Okay, so I put this bling on that. Okay, I like the red bow with this pattern. Okay, so that's that one. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you this paper. That's that paper right there. I bought this the other day at Hobby Lobby, and this 12 by 12, it will come out to 12 cents a sheet. So each bag will be 12 cents, and then that's how much it costs you to make it. And then you just use scraps to do the bows. But this one was in for the 40% off. They have all the papers. So when I went to the cashier, I said, "This is a Christmas one. Is it 50% off?" And she gave it to me for 50% off. But it was in with all the regular papers. Okay, so you might ask, but I thought that was a pretty one. It had a lot of vintage papers in those, so I thought that was pretty. Okay, so here again, we're gonna do the large, and what I did this one a little different. You can do it like you did the 12 by 12 with this little flap. I wanted to show you how I did it without. So I did cut it, and I cut this one at 9. So this is the 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and so you do 2, and you cut them both at 9. So you won't have a top flap. That one you're gonna have that piece that I cut off the top this way, and I figured for this one, because if I did the flap, it was gonna be backwards. Okay, yeah, something like that. Anyways, it was gonna be like this. Okay. And so I decided to just go ahead and cut it off and show you how I did that. Okay, and so this long piece that you have left over, you're going to have 2. So I just cut a piece that matched, I think let's see, what size is this? 5 by 2. Okay, and you're going to do a score line here. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this over and do my score line at 1/2 inch. Okay. So you're going to have that little lip again, just like the 6 by 6. Okay. So I went ahead and I rescored this one, but that I'll show you how I did this one. This one's similar to the 6 by 6, just that the size is different. So I score at 5, and then at 8, and then you turn it and you do your bottom. You're not going to do your top, but make sure that your bottom, your pattern is at the bottom, and it's 1 3/4. Okay, and you can do that for both of them. Okay, and so then you're gonna have 2 pieces, and you're gonna do all your score lines. And these are not hard to do at all. You just have to pay attention to your pattern. Okay. And you probably, if you wanted to do a really big one, you can get the 12 by 12s and do them the same way. Just figure out, just measure how you what size you want for the front and the back without having to cut it. I didn't want anything that big, and I didn't want to use 2 sheets, so I just decided to just do this size. Okay, same thing. I'm gonna move that forward. Okay, and you're gonna cut this little piece right here. They're all basically the same. Okay. On that Santa, I probably should have cut the little flap at the top, but I didn't. But I'll figure that out. And the little piece that there's a couple pieces left over, you could probably put them on a small little card. Okay, there's a couple pieces. Okay, so since this is bigger, I'm gonna go see if I can get this in the camera angle. I didn't use the tape. Okay, so I'm just matching up my bottoms. Okay. Before I do a big push, I make sure that it's even. Oops. Sometimes I can get it right the first time, sometimes I can't. Okay, so just kind of press that, and then you open this up. And you open that up like that. Try not to get any glue on the inside of your bag, or use tape, whatever you're comfortable with. I don't really like the tape for some reason. I don't know. I like the glue. That's just me. I feel like I can move it. That's why I think. That's why I like the glue. Because once you do the tape, you really can't really move it too much. Okay. Finagle it. Okay. So this should lay flat. So is this one. Same thing. You cut at your angle. And you cut this one. And it doesn't have to be a big angle. I just, just so you can fold it in and there's nothing hitting. Just got to make sure that it goes through. That other one didn't. There you go. Same thing. Just fold these in. And this one is not going to meet all the way like the other ones did because I didn't cut it as wide. I didn't score it as wide. Okay. So you're just going to put this at the top and here, okay? You're going to flip that over. And you can do this wider. You can do 2 inches. I think on some of them I did. Okay, so I think I'm off camera. Okay, so just make sure that that's even. Okay. And I'm going to have to put my hand. It'll be a little off camera here, just so I can put my hand down. I don't want to hit my camera. Okay, so there. And then you just bring all these pieces in. Your flaps. That's why I like to do it before, because once you put this, it's kind of, if it's not glued down. Okay. I'm not able to press that in. Okay, there. So now, since you scored this, I'm going to go ahead and angle this a little bit. I'm going to take this off for a little bit. Okay, angle this at the ends. And then I'm going to put a little angle here. Okay, so then this, so when you score it, make sure that you score it facing the right way. So I did. I thought, oh, I did it wrong, but not backwards. It's going to go right on your bag, the back of your bag. I probably should put tape on that one. It would have been easier to handle. But you can see that. And you can do the plain color too, red. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. I just had this piece, so I used it. Some reason. Okay, it's not working. I'm having a hard time. So then you just rub that. And you could put clips just to hold it. Okay, so you just hold that down then you put your Velcro, and then you decorate it any way that you want. I have made this little Santa for that one. And that's probably what I'll do with this one. Okay, I'll hit and glue it down. So I tried doing it on that one, and except I don't have my Velcro with me. Do this first, and then do this. Okay. This is, I think, a Graphic 45 stamp that I had. And I had some stamped, so I went ahead and used that. I'm trying to use up all my scraps. I am trying not to, other than buying that one paper and the Oh Holy Nights, I'm trying to use up everything I have, and I'm doing good. Just have a few more of the 8.5 by 11s. The 12 by 12s are pretty much gone in my 6 by 6. So there's your bag here, and if you want to decorate the bottom with anything, so it's a good size bag. I think this is 5 here, so it's good for anything you want to put in it. And it should be sturdy. You can't put anything real heavy, but that's about it. Okay, so I hope that helped. I know the first one I did was kind of fast and just did a lot of the basics, but that's how you do all these. And good luck. If there's any questions, let me know. Thank you for watching. I appreciate all your comments, and I hope you enjoy doing these bags. Bye-bye.